So we continue where we left off from the last chapter, as we saw that Kafka has accepted the conditions of the ancient warrior, so that way they can straighten their bonds, and that way Kafka can get the power up, so he can be powerful enough to actually take down this ancient kaiju. And we see in this chapter, towards the end, that he was able to land a hit against this ancient kaiju, and this is the first time we were able to see this kaiju actually get touched ever since we got first introduced. But this chapter, we saw that how Kafka, he was able to save Narumi, because this chapter, after we saw that Kafka accepted the deal of the ancient warrior, this man Kafka got a power up, but he didn't look different. He still looks the same, because in the beginning of the chapter, we continue where Mina is right beside Kafka, and she's just like, wait a minute, I can hear Kafka breathing. I can hear him moving. He's not dead, because everyone thinking that Kafka is dead. And as you can see the damages that he have received, you will also think so as well. But Kafka came in, was able to accept the deal, revive himself, and actually get a huge power up to the point where he moves so fast that the ancient monster did not see him coming, and he was able to land a hit. And this is the first time we see this monster actually land a hit or get hit by something, because as this monster was stunned to see that Kafka is alive, and he actually was able to touch him, because the monster was so focused on Narumi, because he was about to finish off Narumi, because Narumi was surpassing his limits to the point where his suit was overriding, because he was pushing his limits. Because remember, Hashina and Narumi, they're not 100% after their battle against Kaiju number 11, I believe, and Kaiju number 12. Their whole body is not 100%. Their body is still damaged, and they're still exhausted after the battle between those kaijus, and that they still are putting up a fight so that way they can go on ahead and save everyone. And they're going and pushing their limits. And even Narami, like we see in one panel, that there's blood that's coming out of his eyes, his nose, his mouth, but he's so in the battle that he is so focused on trying to land a hit against this ancient monster. And we see that he was able to try to find an opening, but that didn't work, because his future sight of what he's able to do with his future sight, because how his future sight work is that he's able to see the electronical signals of a kaiju's body. So when he's able to see the electronical signals of the kaiju's body, he's able to predict and see what movesets or what attack they are about to do. And this time, when he was trying to go on ahead and use that against the ancient monster has so many kaijus inside that it would not work. And we see how there's like hundreds and thousands, and everyone is just stunned to see how much this creature has so many creatures inside of him, that they're just stunned. And this is why we see that this monster is very much overpowered, to the point where Hashina and Narami, shoot, even Mina cannot keep up. But then when Kafka accepted the deal, we saw how fast he was able to do and was able to land a hit. But during this whole time, we see that Narami was about to die, because this ancient monster was able to stab him in the side of his stomach, and he was about to do that ancient language, where that ancient language, we see that it was right down in the middle of Narami, and Narami was about to get cut in half until Kafka interfered. But not only that he was willing enough to go on ahead and try to land a hit, he was willing enough to sacrifice his life and try to help gather information about the ancient kaiju, because he believed on the rest of the defense force team, like Kikaru, Reno, and Kafka, that they will go on ahead and surpass him, because they are capable enough to go on ahead and step up and handle the next big thing. And so he was willing enough to go on ahead and do the sacrifice, just like how Israel did. And this time we saw how he much appreciate everyone. And even towards the end of the chapter, we saw how he just says, Kafka, please show me your skills, when Kafka was able enough to go on ahead and save him. So he even sees Kafka as a superior or equal to him. And that's really great, because when we first saw him, how he first interacted with Kafka and how he treated Kafka, he kind of treated Kafka like a student or someone that's not on his level. But after this chapter, we just see how much he acknowledged him. And that was really great. But that's just pretty much what we got from this latest chapter of Kaiju number 8, that, Kafka, he's able enough to get the power up, but he doesn't look any different. He still looks the same. He's able to land a hit against this monster. We saw that Narumi, he was able enough to go on ahead and acknowledge Kafka as like an equal, because he wants to see what skills that Kafka is able to do. And that's just pretty much it, what we got from this latest chapter. But let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about this chapter. Let me know your thoughts, theories, thought process, and all. And if you guys do like the video, hit the like and subscribe button. And remember, always be decent. This is the Monotone Man, and hope you guys have a wonderful day and be safe out here.